Hello, hello. I am going live in my group on Facebook, Intuitive Angel Messages. I love to come live and participate and join in with you guys, answer questions. And today we are going to be bringing in angelic frequencies so that we can connect with the angels and chat with them. I thought this would be a wonderful opportunity to bring in the angels' energy, their frequency, in order to help us and heal us and shift anything that we need shifted in a big way, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I just want to talk a little bit about, briefly, a story that I have of many moons ago. About 15 years ago, actually. I remember listening to a radio broadcast on Hay House, and I was working from home at the time with a recruiting company, so I was working from a laptop at home. So I got to sit at home and listen to Hay House radio, and I got to, tap in with, all the spiritual people on their radio broadcast. So I remember listening in, and one of the individuals said, well, if you'd like to call in, I can then channel your angels for you. And I was like, oh my God, wouldn't that just be amazing? And this is before I could really hear them. So I remember calling in on this radio program, and I was so excited. I thought, oh my God, if I could get through, I could hear my angels. This will be so amazing. Oh my God. And, there I was waiting on the line for about 2 minutes. And all of a sudden, the energy in my room started to change a lot. It was very palpable. And then I was kind of chuckling to myself because I was like, well, yeah, they know that I'm trying to call in to reach them, to talk to them. So as the minutes went by, the energy in my room just became more and more. And it was many of my angels, not just my guardian angels. The whole room was full. They were letting me know that they knew I was trying to call in to chat with them through this radio broadcast, through this medium. And I just thought, oh my God, here they are. They know I'm trying to reach them. They know I'm trying to talk to them. They know I'm trying to hear them. And they're opening up and expanding and taking over my entire living room. And I just thought, this is awesome. And as each minute went by, my room just got fuller and fuller, like their energies just totally expanded. It was like unbelievable. So after 10 minutes, I realized, okay, I'm not going to get through on this radio program. But it didn't matter at that point because I realized that they heard me. They knew what I was up to. And I could talk with them anytime I wanted. I didn't have to go and call in, through a radio broadcast. Isn't that cool? And so I knew that they knew what I was up to. And I then at that point thought, well, I'm going to have a talk with them. So I remember just having a chat with them that day and asking them to help me with this, with that. And it was awesome. It was just an awesome afternoon. And I remember thinking, this is it. Like, I can talk with them anytime I want. And they're going to hear everything and they know everything. And that was one of those afternoons. So does anybody know why the angels don't just fully open and expand their energy around you all the time? You could. We could. They could. They could just expand and just their energy around you. Why don't they do that? Why don't the angels just go full throttle around you with their energy all the time? Does anybody have an answer to that? Jim? That would be a bit draining for your body. Yeah, it would. Because we are in a different frequency here. And they are in a very high vibrational frequency. So you can imagine it would be a bit draining. So it is pretty fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, and your body couldn't handle it all the time, and I don't think we could handle it all the time. Also, I think it'd be very distracting to live your life if the energy was constantly open like that all the time. It would just be so full throttle, you wouldn't even be able to handle it. And you'd be just like blissed out. Blissed out. It would be difficult. People would probably be like, okay, what's going on with you? It's so important that we use our free will. And what is our free will? How do you use your free will? Does anybody have the answer to that? How do you use your free will? Jackie, no kidding. It would be tears of joy. It'd be like you'd be crying and blissed out of your mind because your physical body probably wouldn't be able to handle that. Yeah. So, oh, isn't that great, Sam? Super fantastic. Watch back to the beginning afterwards because I'm chatting about a story I had in my living room when I had the angels come visit me one day. Yep. Boundaries are important. They are one of the most important things that you can learn on earth with people and with spirit. Choice, that's right. You have the choice. You get to choose. You get to use your free will in what way. Yeah, it's a choice. And how do you use it? How do you use free will choosing in your day-to-day life? Mentally, you can look at something, a situation, an issue, a person, an experience, a job, and you just decide how you want it to be. You decide how you want things to be. And you know what I love to put at the end of that? This or something better, thank you. Because they might have something even better in mind. And I'm open to that. Because my mind, okay, can think about these steps of improving a situation or maybe a different job or whatever it is. But maybe they have something even better in mind. Yes, love it, Emma. How do we get the angels to step forward and work with us in our day-to-day lives? By using this or this, right? How do the angels communicate with each other and with everyone? Do they have a mouth? Do they have a throat box? Do the angels use a mouth or a throat box? Telepathically. That's right. That's why I point to the brain, because telepathically. So if I'm just thinking a thought and I'm just talking with them in my mind, that is telepathy. Now you're telepathically communicating with your angels. So if you want to think a thought and just direct it to them, they'll know who you're talking to. You can say, hey GA, hey guardian angel, hey you, I'm talking to my angels. My angel knows when I'm talking to her now. I don't even really have to say. She knows. Yep. Prayer, just talking to them. Or the third way that many of us do is just complaining all the time in life. Complaining. So as soon as you're complaining about something, what did you just do? You just asked an angel to come in and help you with that thing that you're complaining about. You just attracted in another angel to assist you. If you're humming and singing all the time, or you're noticing the lyrics in songs and the lyrics seem like they're popping out and talking to you, it's because they are. It's because you have a music angel with you, assisting you in helping and lifting your frequency. Just like if you're complaining about money or the lack thereof, a lot of the time you just called in an abundance angel, and that angel is now going to start working with you on shifting your thoughts about money. Okay? Shifting your frequency. Yeah, I love red rooming. Oh, you betcha. I have a video up on my YouTube channel. It's a fair ways down. It's got a red thumbnail and it's called Red Rooming. Highly, highly recommend watching that. It's what I teach in my courses as well. Really important. Okay, so how we go ahead and ask the angels to assist us by using our own free will is by simply talking to them out loud or using thought or writing it down. It's just that easy. It is so that easy. So when we ask the angels to step forward and work with us today in removing anything that is no longer needed, that which is weighing us down, even maybe things that we didn't even realize are weighing us down, we are now giving our free will consent for them to go ahead and start helping us. And I remember in the very beginning, I was a little bit like, well, how are they going to help me and in what way? Like, what is this? What is this pony show going on here? You know, what are they going to do? How are they going to intervene? Because I still like to have my control, is how it was in the beginning with me. But what I soon came to realize is that they don't overstep boundaries, okay? They don't push more than what you are capable or ready for. So that's really important to know that. And that's one of the reasons why they don't open up and expand exponentially around you at all times, because you just wouldn't be ready for that. Not in this vibrational frequency on Earth. No way. That takes practice, Emma. So if you have something pop up in your mind and you working on the difference between your overactive mind or your ego or them, okay, your inner voice or them, we're looking for confirmations such as how it feels in the body. Is it a tight pullback? Okay, so that's probably not coming from the angels, because they're telling me it's not coming from them because it's a tight pullback in my body. Or is my chest nice and light and I'm feeling maybe even like butterflies and pulled to the guidance? Okay, now, okay, that's very highlighted. I'm really going to pay attention to that. I also ask them to relay messages. So if I ask them a question and they give me a yes or no response, they'll give it to me in threes. So the ego's not smart enough to give it to you in threes, okay? The angels love to relay the message so that you get it. So they'll say yes, 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 no, no, no. And they'll be very direct like that, okay? Oh, is it ever intense? The energy came in last night around 11:30 and I thought, oh, here we go. Am I going to sleep? Like, you just don't know if you're even going to sleep some nights. Last night, luckily I slept, but there's been many nights where I don't. And I suppose really what it is, Francesca, is just having an overactive, busy mind. We don't have to be thinking and we don't have to be having certain thoughts all the time. In fact, it would really serve us really well to hand off the issues that we're having in our lives or the overactive mind. I have a really overactive mind. Can you please help me with this? Thank you. And let them help you. And then your job is to be the still observer of the thoughts forming in your mind and catch the ones that are sinking your frequency and hand them back out to the angels on a repeated basis. Yeah. And the more your channels, aka your chakra centers, open over time, the more you will sense their frequency. Okay? That is about as close as we can describe really the veil thinning. What is the veil thinning? It's your connection with everything that's already always been there. And that connection opening through the way of your chakra centers. So now you're feeling the energy around you more. You're starting to pick up on your chakras opening, expanding. You're starting to feel the energy next to you, or maybe gentle touches on the face from your angel, etc., etc., etc. No sleep last night. Oh, bummer. I was like, oh, am I going to sleep? I really didn't know. Okay. You know, I used to only hear the yeses and nos, and then they would put a teleprompter in my head, and then I would hear and see, and that was double confirmation. I'm always looking for confirmations, feeling, seeing, hearing, and then that knowing. Yeah, it feels right, feels right. Okay. That's us getting in touch with ourselves and the angels, really. Okay, so before we start to bring in the angelic frequencies, I want us to all sit and think about 3 things that you want to give to the angels for them to help you with. 3 things you want to give to them, any problems, issues, and if you want to give 6, if you can think of 6, I want you to do it right now. Yes, Emma, that is definitely your angels coming up your back. Warmth and pressure, they love coming up the back. And the back of the neck and the back of the head. All the way up on the top of the head where your crown chakra is located. Okay, so, yeah, melatonin is really good for sleeping. Oh boy, I got sneezing coming. If you sneeze out of the blue for no apparent reason, and sometimes you have really intense sneezes, you could be releasing excess energy from your system, just so you know, okay? So what are the 3 things that you'd like to give to the angels? I want you to think it or say it out loud to them. I don't want you to type it in the comments. And just give it to them. And if you can think of 3 more things to give to them, I want you to, thank you. I want you to go ahead and give them to them, okay? So let's sit and give them to the angels now. I'm thinking of 3 too, as well. And it could be something for you. It could be something for someone close to you. It's whatever is weighing on your mind. Whatever you're carrying on your shoulders. And now we're going to say this or something even better. Thank you. And so it is. Consider it done. Okay? Good? So we've just handed off those things. Okay, good. Now I want you to think about 3 things that the angels can bring in more of. All that good stuff. Anything's possible. It could be a new car. It could be more money. It could be an amazing career path. It could be more friends, more high vibrational friendships. I'm asking for my family and friends to shift in more of a high vibrational way when they're around me. I'd like to ask for more high vibrational thoughts. I would like to ask for a full healing of my entire body and mind and spirit. I'm asking for help in all areas of my life. That's what I used to ask all the time. That was very helpful. So if you want the full gamut, you'll ask, please help me in all areas of my life. I ask for this or something better, thank you. Or you can pick out the things that you are specifically requesting. And I want you to think of 3 things that you want the angels to help bring into your life and help co-create and manifest. And I want you to say it in your mind or say it out loud. Okay, so we've all thought of these things. Good, good. I ask for this or something even better. Thank you. Okay, so now I am going to channel the guidance that will be coming through before we ask for these angelic frequencies to work through us. My guardian angel is telling me that she is going to speak on behalf of each of the angels here, ready and waiting to work on us and assist us. And I see a legion of them. How many are here? Over 100,000? Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm ready for your message. Dear ones, please know that you are not alone. You have never been alone. Whether you are incarnating in a vessel or you are outside of a vessel, you are never alone. We are always here, right by your side. We are elated to step forward in this way and assist each of you. And they're thanking me for bringing this to the forefront for each of you. Know that each of you are worthy of such assistance, help, guidance, support from the angelic realm. There is nothing you can say or do that would ever change that. My guardian angel's saying that we could commit the worst acts on this planet and that would never change how our angels love us. She says, yes, there would be some work that needs to be done. Yes. Some shifting in frequency and learning from choices made. But that will never shift or change how they feel for us. She says, do you understand? You are a being of light and love. You are love. And we are here to help you and guide you and assist you along on your journeys through these physical vessels and otherwise. Do not hold back. Do not step back. Step forward. Lean into asking us to assist you, making requests of us on a steady, regular basis. She says, for this is why we are here. We are here to help you. So please let us help you. And so she's also talking about some ways that they can help us is by way of helping us get out of our own way, by removing, transmuting the heavy thoughts, the dense vibrational frequencies that we are choosing to focus on and continuously emit from ourselves. That's one of the main ways that they like to help us. Okay? She says, Many of you think that how they're going to help us is going to be grandiose. It's going to be like, wow, what's going to happen? Is there going to be like a Hummer pulling into my driveway tomorrow morning or what? But largely it's shifting our attention onto other thoughts that are more high vibrational and transmuting the heavy ones. It would be of great benefit and help for you to help them help you by way of you becoming acutely aware, being the stillness, the observer of your thoughts, and handing off the ones you do not wish to have repeat and recycle over and over in your minds. This would be very helpful. This would be very helpful for them. Okay. This is one of many lifetimes you have chosen to participate in. There are many, 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 many others. And there are many, many, many others to come for many of you. Hold steady. Become the still observer of your own vibrational frequency and your thoughts. As you emit this frequency by way of thoughts, feelings, and emotions and beliefs, you will attract in the same. So if you want something different, you must still yourselves, hand off the thoughts that you no longer wish to recycle, and allow us to help shift you in a more high vibrational direction. Start thinking about what you want to create more of, rather than reacting to what is. Okay. She just said, thank you, dear one. Okay. How many minutes? Only 2? Okay. Okay. So we're going to just sit in stillness for around 2 minutes. We're going to allow these angelic frequencies to permeate us and help us. We've asked the angels for what we want more of, and we have asked them to take and transmute what we are willing and ready to let go of. And we've asked for this or something better. So we've already done this. Now we're going to let the angels work on our vessels. You may notice your chakra centers opening and expanding. You might notice the energy shifting and changing in your room significantly, and you may notice the energy around you changing around you, okay? So we're going to sit in stillness for 2 minutes, and then they're going to continue to work on us while I take your questions and channel the guidance for you, okay? So we're going for 2 minutes. And you guys, at the end of the 2 minutes, feel free to type in the comments what you're feeling. Even if you feel absolutely nothing, I want you to type, I felt nothing. Okay? Here we go. Let's do it. Okay, so I'd like you guys to go ahead and type in the comments what you're feeling or not feeling, even if you felt nothing. You might have felt very little, but you may have noticed that it became very quiet around you, very peaceful and very still. And that is a way of recognizing when the angel's energy is around you. It gets very quiet. If you've ever had one of your ears taken over and it goes extremely still, like there's just no sound, it's like, it's the most stillness you could imagine. That will be an indicator that the angels are right there next to your head, okay? A lot of heart, sweating, peaceful energy, lightheaded energy, and the energy is on and by your shoulders. So maybe they're cleansing this area if there's any, or they're just hanging out there. That could also be another reason. Feeling more relaxed and some tingling on your feet. Isn't that great? And you felt an energy shift, a lighter energy move through you. So did I. So did I. Tickles on your face and green light. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, tears and warmth adjusting your sacral chakra. Wow. That's so cool that it took you back to that time. Peaceful a lot. Mind chatter, but relaxing. Yeah, whenever you're in the beginning of quieting your mind is used to the chatter. So it wants to go in that direction because that's what it's used to. But the more you practice creating stillness in the mind and being the still observer of your thoughts and sitting back, not being your thoughts in the forefront, slowing your life down a bit and just observing it more, it's so much easier and so much more enjoyable. Tightening around your temple at the top of your head. Yeah, me too. My guardian angel started up here and then he washed through my entire body and he told me he was scanning my body and he was having a look at the areas in my body that they wanted to start working on. And then I could see Agnes behind me holding the space, holding the light. So she was just holding the space and holding the energy while he scanned me. And now they're going to keep working on us. And don't be surprised if they continue to work on us for quite some time. Oh, good. You're noticing that it intensified over the 2 minutes. Your crown, your third eye, all of these upper chakras, okay? All of these in our upper body, this is what they typically like to communicate through because this is where the brain is. So they aim for the chakra centers up here in our upper body. Tingles, pressure in your feet and legs. And if they notice that you notice, pressure coming through your root chakra or your sacral chakra or up your feet or your legs, then that's where they're going to come. They're like, she noticed this last time, let's get her there again. It doesn't necessarily have to make sense, it's just where you notice it. Pulsating energy in the front of your head. Okay, front left. Yeah, so they can come in and you'll feel their energy up against your face, right here, for example. Oh. So they're working on your lower abdomen. Interesting. You just notice there. Wherever you have anything in your body that needs to be released, that's where they're going to go. That could be your chakra centers, or I don't really like to say blocks and all that. They know what they need to do. I just call them in to do it. They can see everything. I don't have to say I'm blocked or this and that, because the more I say I'm blocked, the more I'm affirming I'm blocked. Do you see? It's just why I don't do shadow work, because the more I focus on the lower vibrational aspects of myself, the more I am creating more thoughts, feelings, and emotions and behaviors that are the lower vibrational aspects of myself. I'll be doing that till the end of time if I keep working on shadow work. I'd rather ask the angels to help release that which is needing to be released, this or something better, and have them help me just improve my mood, help them improve the things that I focus upon and what I'm asking for in life. All the high vibrational stuff, all the good stuff to come to the forefront. Because this light that's permeating the planet right now is going to transmute that heavy stuff for us on a regular basis, intensively. I remember when it first started for me, several years ago, we were getting ascension waves that would come once a month for about 5 days. And now we're getting ascension waves that are lasting 2 weeks at a time. And we get a week off and we're back in the frying pan. So all I'm saying is that whatever you want to call this, solar flash, solar flare, light codes, energy coming from source, washing over the planet, noticing it through the Schumann resonance, it is cleansing that which is no longer needed. So I don't need to focus on the shadow work. And in fact, I've been asked by Mary Magdalene to bring that point to the forefront, and that light work is what they would like us to focus upon. What do you want to create more of? Think about what you want to create more of, and then focus on that relentlessly and become that frequency. And then it's even easier to think about all the stuff you do want that you think, it's impossible. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. You think the angels are sitting back and saying, oh no, that's not possible. We can't do that. No, I've never ever heard them say that before. The angels know that anything is possible. Anything is possible, they would always say to me, even from 15 years ago. Anything's possible, Kristin. Well, let's see what we can do then, Agnes. And that's off we went. It was awesome. Isn't that great, Christine? So cute. We were just talking about chakras being blocked. So we'll just let the angels do what they think is best. As far as, what I like to ask for is replacing of my chakra centers. If they need to be replaced, I ask for them to replace them when I'm lying down and it's quiet. Okay? So that's really important. I mean, we can replace them anytime. It's more enjoyable for me if I'm laying down and it's quiet. And they just come in and replace the chakras that maybe aren't working. Because if you've had some trauma in your life and you've had stress in your life, maybe you've just had some upheaval in your life, that might be a good time to have the chakras replaced. And how do we do that? Angels, please replace my chakras. Thank you. Or Archangel Michael, or Archangel Raphael, or whomever you wish. Okay? What you'll feel is the chakra slowly, and I mean really slowly, getting pulled. The heart chakra, for example, gets pulled out, and the new one comes in behind through your back. Okay? Just like if this one needed a refresher, we want to call it, or a replacement, they would slowly pull it up and put the next one in. I'll tell you, my sacral chakra, it was so tiny. It was barely, it wasn't doing much. So when they replaced that, it felt so much better. But it's not overly surprising to me though, because ever since I was 15, I've had really intense menstrual cramps. So that could be part of the reason why that area is being affected. I used to store a lot of the fear and worry down in my lower chakras. My root chakra just wasn't functioning all that well either. So when these got replaced, I felt a lot better. And which ones need to be replaced? be replaced? I don't know. I guess it's those. I felt those. But really, the next time I ask, it might be some different ones. And if they don't need replacing, I'm sure they will help the chakra centers open and expand further. I've really noticed that, you know, I had a soulmate partnership that I broke up with many years ago. And over that 5 to 8 years afterwards, they were working on my heart chakra like all the time. And I knew what they were doing in there. Like they were helping me heal my heart. So, you know, whatever chakra needs help and work, that's what they'll focus on. Well, that's good that you're all feeling something. What happens if you feel nothing when we do this exercise and we are working with them? If you feel nothing, all that tells me is that your chakra centers will just need to be opened and expanded over time. Does anybody know how we can open and expand our chakra centers on a regular basis? You're welcome, Francesca. Does anybody know? We can just talk to our angels and ask them to do it for us. I'm interested and I'm ready to open my chakra centers so that I can more easily communicate with you and feel your energy. That's one way. Getting grounded. If we're not going outside and we're not grounding ourselves and we're in front of the TV all the time, yeah, get grounded, ask, use a deck of angel cards on a regular basis. When you're using the deck of angel cards, the angels know this and they come forward to communicate through you. And when we're using the cards and we're asking them to come forward and communicate with us by using the cards, that just automatically is going to help to open our chakra centers. The more we talk with them, the more we use the cards, the more our chakra centers will open, because the angels are coming in through your chakra centers to communicate with you. Oh yes, Reiki. Great, great, great. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Does anybody have any questions for the angels? Yes, tuning and balancing yourself and meditation. Absolutely, 110% agree. What if you're like, I can't meditate? Can you quiet your mind for about 2 to 3, like 1 minute? Even if we aimed for 1 minute, you're on the toilet, quiet time. You're in the car, quiet time. Your brain doesn't need to be thinking all the time. You can turn it off. Just like we did in high school when we were daydreaming. We turned off. Good, Sam. Very good. There's a video on my YouTube channel that shows how to use the angel cards by way of the angels talking about how to use angel cards. Okay? Yeah, you can use the booklet, but then what? So that video I'll pop up in the comments after I go live so that you can watch it. Is there something I should be doing more at this time? More in what way, May? Go ahead and give me more description on that question. Alandra is asking, I would love to hear that what message my angels have for you. Okay, so what specific question do you have for your angels, Alandra? Because the more specific we are in life, the more specific we get in return. So go ahead and type something very specific. Chrissy is asking, I would like to know what spirit animals are working with me now. I see a fox. And he's orange. It's interesting, the fox is kind of like slinking around and like watching and observing. And kind of keeping to itself. And I think that this is very purposeful with what's happening in your life right now. The fox is helping you keep your energy safe and keeping your light and your inner power, your inner strength, rather than giving it away. I think in the past you did more giving away, but right now it's about observing, but not maybe saying or participating as much, and keeping your light and keeping your inner strength and your power. Let me know if that resonates with you, okay? I only see the fox. It's the fox. Okay. Oh my God, Faith, for once she doesn't have a question. Taking the mediumship class that I offer has helped you big time. Music to my ears, that's why I do what I do. Okay. What you need to do more of in regards to what, Diana? You're going to notice how I operate. If it's kind of like light and fluffy, I'll put it back to you and make it more direct. What type of relationships, Irene? All right, now we're moving to something specific. Sam, usually you're a positive person, but struggling with your dad's condition. He has cancer now. Do the angels recommend anything? They want you to feel the emotions coming up within you. Don't stuff them down or try to turn them off. And don't try to make nice or act as if things are okay with people when they're not. If you're having a day where you're in a mood or a funk, then you're in that mood and you're in that funk. It's weird how they're using these words, but I think you must understand what this means. Okay, so it's really important that you feel what you need to feel in the moment, and there's going to be good days and not good days, or better days and not good days. And when we're feeling this way, we can ask, even if we want to just ask softly off to the side for the angels to help us during those days. They'll just gently, slowly take the, they're not going to take the, they want you to feel the emotion. They want you to feel how you're feeling. That's really, really important. You know, sometimes we don't want to show others that we feel this way because we don't want it to be harder on them with what they're going through. And that's okay. So we maybe just spend more time by ourselves on those days rather than around those people that are going through it, like Dad with the cancer, right? And others who are also involved in the situation. But it's really important that we feel these things, feel these feelings. And the angels then will lean in and help you with how you're feeling in that moment. I think they're just going to do like a gentle cleansing or cleaning, cleansing, transmuting. They're not going to take the emotion away, but they're just going to help you when you're going into it, not stay there for as long, and maybe make it a bit smoother and easier for you. But it's really important that you feel the feelings. Sometimes we try to make nice as if nothing's wrong, and we just stuff things down, and we don't feel as deeply as we could. But that's really important that you feel it. Okay. They're talking about your dad's path. This is the path he is on. Sometimes we think, well, maybe we could do something to make this path easier or better or turn it around. But what I'm getting is that your dad's soul has chosen this path to learn and grow from. Okay, good. They're giving me a thumbs up. They're talking with me claircognizantly, so that's where I had to say what I was having dropped in my head and then have them affirm it, yes, by giving me a thumbs up. So your dad's going to go through what he's going to go through, and it's important to allow him to go through it. Okay, and they're saying, thank you, dear one. Okay. Okay, so your spirituality in what way, May? Okay, so Diana is asking, how can she improve her health? By speaking with your team of angels and asking them to help you. I also see Archangel Raphael, so I don't know if you called him in or you've asked him to be there with you, or you are having regular healings with him. It sure feels like you are. Oh, he's right on top of my head. Ooh, the pressure. Okay, so Archangel Raphael wants to have a chat with you. Are there things that you're doing, Diana, that are not helping your body? They're not assisting your health. So I don't know if this is like eating sugar, dairy, smoking, drinking. I don't know what this is. I feel like it might be tied with your diet. And if you improved that, you would help the angels help you with your health. Does that make sense to you? Let me know and we can dive in further. Well, Emma, one thing I can definitely say, when one has a lot of trauma in their lives, it's definitely going to strengthen them, okay? An old soul can handle a lot, and they really hone in on the contrast in these lifetimes by way of trauma. There's two things that happen. One is we're unconsciously going through this lifetime, unconsciously banging around out there, and we are manifesting irregardless if we know we're manifesting or not, and by way of our thoughts, feelings, emotions, our belief systems, the action steps that we're taking or not taking. So we will just manifest more trauma for ourselves, and then we sit there wondering why we have all this trauma, but we are unconsciously banging around out there, making it worse for ourselves. Okay, so that's the first scenario that a lot of us have been through in the unawakened days, and or many are going through now. And then we look at the unawakened people that we surround ourselves with, creating more trauma in our lives just because they're unawake, banging around out there, banging into us, making things hard on us. Okay, and that could be your parents, that can be a lot of people. But then there's the traumas in our lives that our soul really is picking out, choosing before we incarnate into this to learn and grow from. So if that's the case, and if you think that that is more the case, then I would say your soul is a wise old soul, which is putting more difficult things in your path in these lifetimes in order to grow and learn from. Because I certainly wouldn't be the person I am today without the suffering and the trauma. Some people have trauma in different ways. Mine has been surgeries and health. Other people, it's mental abuse, maybe with a narcissist, etc., etc., etc. Right? But that's then, and this is now. And what we do with that, and how we choose to release that rather than focusing on it relentlessly, is really important. I'll talk about it if it's going to make a difference in maybe someone else's lives, or if I'm to tweak my diet or to change something in my life to make it easier and better on myself. But otherwise, I'm not going on and thinking about it and droning on about it, because I don't want to keep that frequency in my proximity, creating more of what is. Does that make sense, Emma? Should Alandra be continued? Yes, yes, yes. Can't even finish your question, Alandra. Your female guardian angel is elated by it. I don't know what you're doing, but she loves it. Do it, do it, do it. Continue doing it. All right, Alandra, there's your answer. If we don't feel better after asking for help, is this because we have asked for these issues in our contract? That very well could be. Also, if I'm at this frequency and we're wanting to feel better, but we're so used to this frequency, it may take some time for the angels to help us and us help ourselves by handing off the dense thoughts, feelings, and emotions to rise, right? You can't just go from here to here. Your whole system, everything would be just, you wouldn't be, it's just not going to be a comfortable time. I'm going to give you an example. Like where I live is very high vibrational. So when people come to visit me that have never been here before, they're a little bit shocked and surprised. And some people can't handle it all that well. My cousin, for example, he moved away to Europe. And he can't stand living here because his frequency is so low. And yes, you would say he's a narcissist. So when you look at the fact that he's always his frequency's low, and so just being here irritates him. You have to be ready for the next frequency. So if you aren't ready for it to shift, then it's going to take some time, right? But also, there are some things in your contract that you've signed up for. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, Alex. I remember honing in on that 10 or 15 years ago, and the answer is a big yes. If you put it in the bathtub and you soaked in Dead Sea salt, you betcha. And you'll feel your chakra centers open, and you'll feel lighter, and you'll just feel like a euphoric feeling. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that medicines that we're on aren't going to affect our frequency, because, I mean, I think we all know that it affects the body, therefore it's probably going to affect our frequency, but I'm not going to say it's going to stop you from connecting with the angels. I mean, if we look back on all the medications I was once on, and I still was pursuing the communication with my team of angels, and I didn't let that stop me. So and also, I remember when I had ulcerative colitis, my large intestine was unhealthy. So a lot of toxins were seeping into my system. Of course, I didn't realize that at the time. When I did realize it is when they rolled me out of surgery and I had my large intestine removed. And I remember my soul just was so elated and happy that it was going to be in a healthy body again. I remember that. It was just like, I remember my soul just being so happy. And that went on for minutes. And then it was the months after that, my mind was much clearer. And I was much happier. And I noticed that, this part of my body had been removed that was clearly affecting my body. But that doesn't mean that we can't sit and ask the angels to help in connecting with them, irregardless of medicine or thyroid issues or bowel problems. Because I was communicating with the angels even when I had the bowel issues and I was hurting really bad for lengthy periods. So definitely you can still connect with them. I say never say never. Go, Lindsay, go. Her ears are opening. Absolutely. I remember Jesus coming in my right ear about 3 years ago. Whammo, right into my eardrum. And I was like, holy cow, that hurt. And it was just a surge of energy in there. And then I heard him say sorry, and then he pulled his energy out, and then he started talking to me. So, spirit doesn't really know its full impact entirely. My body might be more sensitive than somebody else's, so it's up to me to tell them when it's a little bit much. So then I could hear him talking, and I was like, no problem. And then he knew how far he could take the energy into my ear, so it never happened again. He knew how much energy to put in there, and then I would hear him. Will Lindsay ever be able to hear you through her ears, her actual ears? They want you to keep practicing. You have a real draw to help others. And the more you help yourself by opening your own channels to communicate with us, then we will come through you for you to communicate for other guardian angels, with the individuals in your life, your friends, other people. It could be people at the hair salon. It could just be clients that sit down. They know who they're tapping into, Lindsay. Okay, Irene, romantic relationships for Irene. Knowing your worth, that is of most importance, so that you don't fall into the same patterns as previously. Self-love, self-care, top priority. Because when we focus in on self-love, then we attract in a partner who also loves himself. It is a law of attraction. What you are vibrating, what you are sending out energetically, frequency-wise, is what you will attract to you. It is like attracting like, right? In a lot of ways. Might not be identical, but in a lot of frequency ways, yes, right? So, if you're an optimistic person, you're probably not going to be attracting a pessimistic person. But it really is about self-love and self-care first and foremost. And you can focus in on looking yourself in the mirror, directly in the eyes, and saying, I love you. And say it out loud several times. And the more uncomfortable you are, it just tells you need to be doing that mirror work. The more you say it, whether you feel it or not, makes no mind, it's the doing it. Then you're sending that signal out, and you are then manifesting that feeling and that way of being in the world. So important. Anything else? You want something different, then different things have to change in here first. Okay. You've already done what you've done in the past, and that will no longer serve you. Okay. Oh yeah, no, nobody minds. You want to talk to the Ascended Masters? Great. You want to talk to your spirit guides? Great. Nobody minds if the angels aren't the top. If you're feeling drawn to an Ascended Master, there's a reason why, and you should just go for it. Boy, you're loading it up there, hey, May. All right, so May, okay. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting, May, is being too much up in the head. And they'd like you to move more into the heart space and feeling. Following more gut feeling, intuition, internal guidance system. Your mind is just like that's, I'm trying to give you an example of what I'm feeling your mind is doing. Hand off the low vibrational thoughts and the worries to us. Don't worry about the outcome. They're saying that because they want you to manifest a good outcome for yourself. You are the manifester and the creator of your reality, are you not? if you continue to give way to the worries and the fears of what is to come, then you're feeding your energy and you're focusing your attention into not a desirable outcome. Thank you, dear one. I feel you're strong enough, Patty. I most definitely do. And if anything, you'll never know until you do it and step off and step around people and then practice holding your own. The only way to do something is to practice doing it, right? If you hang back and you're questioning all the time, then you're not practicing and doing it. And then when you're about to do it and you're about to step off and do it, then you ask, say, Archangel Michael to help you do it. I'm really looking forward to the 102 as well. It's going to be awesome. And I also have the dates coming up for the later part of this year as well for my courses. Right. So in order to heal others, it's really important that our own frequency is solid. Wouldn't you agree, May? So it's really important because, you know, when I had excessive thinking, excessive drinking, excessive sugar eating, and my energy was totally not balanced back in the day, I was definitely not ready to do this work. When you have people come to you, they come to you with all sorts of issues and problems, okay? And your own base foundation, say, of your pyramid, it's got to be so solid. So it's really important that we work on our own frequency and transmute the heaviness and the worries and the fears. And then we can step forward and help others. Do you want to say anything to May in regards to healing? It's really about healing yourself first. Healing yourself. And that will take more time. Okay? Oh, fascinating. But you know, Michael and Raphael, they love to work together. So I really feel Raphael around you. Okay? And you don't drink, smoke, or do drugs. Okay, well, that's good. What are you eating? What are you eating? Oh, isn't that great? That'll be awesome, Faith. You know, it's great because we have a lot of new people come into the courses, but then you guys love to come and repeat and return. And it's great because you get to meet new people and practice with new students, meet and, you know, bring them up with you and, you know, show them how far you've come. And then they all look up to you guys because you've taken the courses previously. And I just think that that's a real blessing for the newcomers to see how far you guys have come, you know. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple more questions down at the bottom. Yeah, yeah. May, I can feel it. They put it on me for like a few seconds just for me to get a feel of what's going on up here. And then I can relay this because they can see that. Your team can see what's going on up in your head. So they put it on me for a few seconds and grounding, releasing. So being the still observer of what's going on in your head and letting go and giving away that which is no longer needed. Okay. And grounding your energy, really important. I would say your starseed origins is most likely Arcturian. So when you've had Arcturian lifetimes and you come into a human vessel, it's like up in the head a lot. You can see here, my predominant starseed origins is Pleiadian. It's more feeling, heart in the body in this way. Okay, Arcturian, yeah. They give me 3 thumbs up. A lot of Arcturians have souls who have been in Arcturian bodies, and then they've come to Earth. So a lot of souls have had Arcturian lifetimes, and then are now incarnating on Earth, but they've also had a lot of Pleiadian lifetimes and then incarnating on Earth. Those are the 2 dominant ones that I see incarnating on Earth. Arcturian and Pleiadian. It's not seeing who your starseed family members are, Rhonda. It's feeling. So Rhonda, what do you think your starseed origins are? And I'll take you as the last question. You can let the energy wash over you and you can feel it. Pleiadian feels more heart-centered and warm. Arcturian feels more mental, telepathic communication, more mental beings. Lyrans feel more, how do you explain that? Yes. You've had several, I know that. The first thing that's coming to me for Rhonda is Lyran. Lyrans kind of like to hang back and observe, but they like to just do what they want to do. They don't, I've seen a lot of Lyrans kind of like they're just, how do you explain that? And this isn't everybody, okay? This is just a brief synopsis of what I've seen in a few people that are Lyran. And I don't see many Lyrans, to be honest. Not as many as, yeah. Yes, thank you, Jackie. Lyrans are sensual. I've seen a lot of Lyrans in open relationships. They're very open, expressive sexually. And they just do what they want to do. Kind of like, like a cat does, if you want to say it like that. So Lyran for Rhonda, Pleiadian, Earth. Those 3 is what I'm getting. That's an interesting combo. Very interesting. Lyran, Pleiadian, Earth. Anything else? No. I'm getting no on that. They're doing this. And so those are the ones that I'm receiving. Okay, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. If the angels keep working on you today, don't be totally surprised, okay? And if you feel like you need to lay down and have a nap or have a rest, definitely. Oh, I agree with that, Faith. Madonna, being a Lyran, hashtag fact. I love it. Okay, you guys. Mwah. Have a wonderful day. Bye.